All right. Okay. So I'll just talk over the screen, and I guess no one will come in here until, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just going to do it. Oh, okay. You hear me? Good. What is going on? But you can hear me, so that means other people could probably hear me. Yeah, exactly. Well, hello. If you're just entering, hello. We will get started currently. We will get started in a few minutes, a couple minutes. And then we'll be done. So if you're just entering, thank you so much for showing up. We are waiting for everybody to enter, and then we will jump right into our session. So get yourselves ready, and I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. But if you're wondering whether you're here, you are. All right, we're going to get started in just like a minute or two. So if you have not already found your seat, please do so, and then we will get started. Okay. Before we dive in, I want to remind you that you can find information about us at sonicpromos.com. Feel free to visit our website after the webinar to explore our full range of services and products. Just a reminder, you'll be asked to use your phone during our session. So if you're not multitasking already, please be prepared to do so. And now, please welcome to the screen Seth Weiner, CEO and President of Sonic Promos. That's me. Hey, everybody. Seth here from Sonic Promos. I want to welcome you to the Sonic Promos Hat Trick. We've got a large audience today. I know a lot of my #1 fans are here, so it will be a lot of the same content, but I am going to be playing some songs from my new album, so stay tuned. I know some of you are just here to see whether or not I can actually pull off a webinar in 20 minutes. I promise you I can. So why the Sonic Promos Hat Trick? Well, if you have been meeting with me before, you know that on Tuesdays, it is Hat Tuesday at Sonic Promos. And so usually I am wearing a hat at all of my meetings, and it really varies depending on what my mood is or what the theme is. You know, sometimes it's the bucket cap, like this one right here. Sometimes it might be, you know, ooh, my beach cap here. I don't want to spend too much time working on the hats. I know there were lots of questions that actually came yesterday and over the week from people who were registering. So I stayed up all night and redid the entire presentation. So hopefully you like it. I'm going to turn off my screen, and without further ado, we are going to jump into the Sonic Promos Hat Trick. All right. Hopefully you're all still with me. All right, so why the Sonic Promos hat trick? Well, we really like to do things in threes here. So we're going to talk about things in three different segments. We're going to talk about what's trending, and want to stay what's on top of what's trending in the industry. We also want to talk about putting effective engagement techniques into practice. And then we want to talk to you about how to leverage those tips and tricks to make the most of your data. So one of the big questions that was asked over the course of the last couple of weeks is what's trending, what's popular right now. And so what's popular right now are our top five. We're going to share them with you right now. One of the most popular items continues to be Stanley drinkware and other name brand drinkware items. The biggest challenge with a lot of these items right now is inventory levels. So for that reason, there are a lot of really great duplicate items that you can order. And one of our favorite is the Urban Peak. The reason that we like the Urban Peak is because it offers a lot of different decoration options. It's got lower minimums, it's got quicker turnaround, you can do full color imprint on it, and you can even go so far as personalizing them. Another item that we like that goes along with the Stanley and Urban Peak type tumblers is the Body Buddy. The great thing about the Body Buddy is you've got the ability to do more branding and add more impact to those items. If people are already doing the Stanley tumblers, they're not going to want another Stanley tumbler. So here's an opportunity to add on to something that already exists. And I do want to say something as I just want to chime in here about drinkware. So a lot of clients are always asking for name brand drinkware, and there are lots of great brands out there. The biggest challenge with some of these is that they're really made for their brand. They're not made for your brand. And so you're often limited with what your decoration options are. You're limited in that you've got higher minimums that you aren't normally comfortable with. And a lot of times you've got a lot longer lead time. Some of the Stanley drinkware is not going to be even available until 2025. So it's important to keep in mind that, especially if you're sourcing something for one of your team leaders, be able to explain to them that there are comparable alternatives that you can look to and feel comfortable with. All right, let me turn my face back off. All right, so as far as other items go, one of our favorite tech items right now is the Power Mag. It's a great item, full color imprinting. It obviously has a magnetic piece that can attach to your phone. It also works as a stand, and it can provide that extra charge for you. So this is an item that we really like. Our top sustainable item is actually the entire Rupt line. These are items that print one-piece minimums, full color, sustainable, across 3 different continents. And this is one of our favorite. It's the VersaCord. It's just a tiny item that can provide you with all the different charging cables that you would need for a really, really great price point. And again, a one-piece minimum. So we really like it. And then one of our top ripped from retail style items is the Luna pouch. We really like these ripped from retail because you've got the ability to take any type of material that you can think of and make this item. So if you want recycled denim, or you want to do something in vegan leather, or you want to do it in some sort of neoprene, we can actually take it and really make sure that it is custom and matched to your colors. But our most favorite item for Sonic is what we are really talking about right now, and that is branded shoes. We are all about the branded shoes. And now I know a lot of you have probably heard me talk about branded shoes, but why branded shoes? Well, since I can't skate, I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to see how many different shoe puns I can get out of here. Shoes offer a unique combination of benefits. They have eye-catching designs that can make your brand stand out. They provide high perceived quality that reflects well in your company. We've got retail quality styles that people want to wear. We've got the ability to perfectly match your brand with Pantone colors. And really, perhaps the most exciting part is we've got minimum orders of 1 pair. So if you've got somebody who's retiring and you want to give them some shoes to walk out the door, this is a perfect item for you. If you've got some heads of organizations that you really want to, kick open the door for an opportunity with them, here's an opportunity to do that. If you're looking to see whether or not people are interested in them, you just want to do a couple of samples and have people walk around, this is a great item to do that. We've got about 25 different styles that are made really ripped from retail. So if you've seen it in the store, we can match up the style. We can also match it to your color and really give you something that people are going to really appreciate. Some of the questions we had were, what is something that we can do that's just different and not, standard drinkware? Custom shoes are a great item because most likely people aren't going to wear them every single day. They're an item that they can wear every year at the conference. So talk about an item that's going to stick around for a while. It's great. And as far as price point goes, for one pair, you can usually expect price point's going to be about $200. But when you get into larger quantities, you're going to be under $100. And they're really, really reasonable for most programs. Okay, moving on. A lot of people ask us, what about retail brands? Do you have retail brands available? Sure, we do. These are some examples. We can print on Converse, we can print on Nike, we've done on running shoes. The challenge with these is that you're actually printing on an already existing shoe versus designing a shoe specifically from scratch. So you're limited sometimes in what the imprint area is, and you're limited in what the decoration can be. So that's something that you really want to take into consideration. But it's usually these retail experiences that leadership goes to that come back and say, hey, we did Nike shoes. We want to do that for everybody. And then when they find out that something like this costs, $300 or $400, they want to look for something that's a little bit more reasonable. And that's going to be, the custom, shoes that we were talking about. Okay. Whew. We are already into our first intermission, and I want to take a breather. We've covered a lot on promotional shoes. I want to remind everybody that we're going to do a quick Q&A. I do actually have a couple of example branded shoes, if I can get my computer matched up here. So really fully custom colors like that. So if you stay with me into the second intermission, I am going to give away a pair of branded custom shoes for you. So hang tight, but hopefully you've gotten something. And so far we're doing all right. I see I've got about 11 minutes to go. So let me, let's keep going. All right, so the next part of our session is that we really want to talk about putting everything into practice. Now that we've explored what's trending, we want to talk about how we actually, move from effective, through effective engagement strategies. So to break this into two categories, we're going to talk about online engagement and live engagement. But we really want to talk about the importance of putting it into practice. And that the goal here is always to build trust and loyalty, to increase brand awareness, to improve user insights, ultimately want to work to enhance the user experience. And then in the end, we're looking to ultimately drive sales and revenue. So for online engagement, if you've worked with us for any amount of time, you've probably either done an online engagement through Sonic or you've done one for your own company. Our most common are pop-up sites, redemption stores. These are really something that's used to create a temporary experience that's used for like a specific campaign or event. For something more developed, we do company stores. This is something you would develop, for employees or for loyal customers. We can offer digital coupons for promotional items. We can also offer coupon redemption for digital gift cards and rewards. And we can work with you to create point systems where you can implement a program where users can earn and redeem points for branded items. The example here I have is for an online shoe experience. So yeah, the shoes are great, but how do you actually get shoe sizes and see what people want? For this particular experience, we designed 5 or 6 different shoe styles, and you can kind of see here that it's got the fit, and the person chose which size they want. And then after we capture all that information, then we're actually printing the shoes and delivering them to the end user. So we set these up digitally and show all of the bells and whistles associated with each of the items, and then collect the information and are able to provide each individual person with an item that they want. These strategies not only boost engagement, but they also provide valuable data on user preferences and behaviors. Now for live engagement, we have lots of exciting options. The prize wheel is the classic. It never fails. You know, it always draws a crowd. And, you know, if you've been to, you know, events before, you've probably seen them where it's an actual live wheel. And these are great. You know, they're live and they're engaging, but they're somewhat limiting in that you often don't have lots of people having an opportunity to spin the actual wheel. So for that reason, we've developed a lot of digital spin wheel programs where people, you know, will do a certain action and then they'll be given an opportunity to spin the wheel and win a particular prize. And for something like this, somebody can just kind of walk by, scan a QR code and keep going. If they won their prize, great. If not, you've still captured their details. We also have created, you know, more interactive experiences with like a QR code scavenger hunt. You know, think about if you're going to visit different booths at an event where people can scan the code, and after they visited the 10 booths, then they get their prize. And then you can provide that information back to each of those vendors. We can set up digital trivia, live trivia games, again, where you can engage attendees with brand or industry related questions. You know, we've got, I mentioned our passport games. We can do polls to gather feedback and keep your audience involved. One of our most popular is we do a lot of on-site decoration where people can choose from a few blank or branded items and then have an opportunity to put like a monogram or something on there. We've done laser engraving, we've done screen printing. So if you've got an event, you know, with 150 people in like 4 to 8 hours, those are great events, great programs for us to talk to you about. And then we also do a lot of custom fitting. So, you know, we can actually do live shoe programs, either with name brands or, again, something where you've set up like a sample of the custom shoe and then people can fit them on and then they can order them and then we can order and even have them shipped to their homes. So really a lot of great engagement. Each of these engagement strategies can be enhanced by incorporating, you know, some sort of branded items. You know, you've got participants can get a pair of socks for an opportunity to win a pair of shoes. You know, there's a lot of options that are available, but it really just takes a conversation. The key is fun, it's being interactive, it's making sure that you're being valuable to your audience. By combining some of these trending products with the creative engagement, you're able to really promote your brand, and then more than anything, you are able to create a memorable experience. Okay, we made it to our second intermission. Here we are. So hopefully if you are still with me now, we've covered a lot. And before we get to our third intermission, a reminder that this is last call before our beverage sales are ending. And if you have not grabbed your phone, now is the time to do so. We have popped up a QR code here on the screen. I want you to take your phone, open up your phone camera phone. Hopefully you've got a QR code scanner. Do not take a picture of it. I want you to scan the QR code with your phone. Hopefully that will open up a prize wheel for you. You'll enter your information in there. Pretty limited information because hopefully we know who you are. And once you've spun the wheel, you will have a chance to win one of a couple of different prizes. The grand prize is a pair of custom branded shoes, both the left and the right. For you, hopefully with your company logo, something that you can showcase at events. In addition, you will receive a free screen and setup on a future project, which is a $95 value, so it should cover almost anything that you can think of. And then also a $25 shipping credit on your next order, which should hopefully be helpful. And then our second prize is the $95 setup. And also, since you've all been such a good audience, I'm going to throw in a free phone call from me. Don't laugh. That I have told everybody that is the way business was done back in the 1900s, right? So, and it can be worth, a lot. You never know what you can do on the phone. All right, so we've got 4 more minutes. Let's get back to it. We've got our third spot here. We'll see who our winner is, hopefully, before the end. All right, keep on going. All right, so now we're going to get into the tips and tricks. Now that we've explored trends and engagement strategies, we want to talk about how to leverage the data that you are collecting so that you can actually do something with it. The process is broken down into 3 key steps here. The first one is the data collection. So through your online and live engagement, you're gathering valuable data about your audience. This can include their preferences on product, engagement levels, demographics, and whatever you want to find out. Once you've got that, then you've got the data. It's crucial to act on it promptly and smartly. That is a word, smartly. How many times have you gotten an email from people that said, thanks for stopping by our booth, and you never stop by their booth? I don't like it. I immediately disregard because it means they're really not paying attention. So you should know who came and did not come to your booth so that when you follow up to them, you say, sorry you didn't come by your booth, and thanks for coming by our booth. So it can be a personalized thank you. You can offer a deal. You can offer, some sort of individual engagement for them, but it needs to be quick, especially if you're coming back from an event. I know it's hard sometimes with your email, but you got to do it. And then lastly is conversion. The ultimate goal is to convert engagement into tangible results for your business. You want to use those insights and data and to refine everything. Did this work? What didn't work? And then really look at it. We gave out this many this. We set up this many appointments and we closed this many this. If it cost you, $1,000 and it ended up being worth $50,000, then it should be something that was really worth it for you. And it's important for us that you're not just giving away stuff, that you're really thinking strategically about making the most of your marketing dollar. So by following these steps, collecting data, following up effectively, and focusing on conversion, you can create a cycle of continuous improvement in all of your branding efforts. All right. Look at that, with about 2 minutes left. So let me see if somebody told me who won. I have not seen our shoe winner, but I will let everybody know that somebody won the shoe. And so as to not, I like to have things be exciting here. You can't drop one shoe without dropping the other. So how much were you paying attention today? Do you know how many different hats I wore during this webinar? First person to answer in the chat will also win a pair of branded shoes for them and their company. And if you end up being the same person, then it'll be the second person. All right. And so with that, I'm going to turn on the chat, see if there's any questions that anybody has. I want to remind you all that the best way to really stay on top of tips and tricks is to follow us on social media. And then you'll be able to see all the things that are going on. I have been alerted that Tracy Lee from the Society for Science is our custom shoes grand prize. And what a great company, organization to win, right? If you're not familiar with the Society of Science, they are the science fair people. So get to know them. So congratulations, Tracy, on that. Let's see, are there any questions? All right, so we're now at 12:20 or 2:20 or 1:20, depending on where you are. I'm gonna put on my sweat towel here. Our time really has ended. However, in true, sporting fashion, I will stay to answer all of your calls and also let you know that whoever Dream Divas has also won a pair of custom branded shoes because the answer was 5 shoes. So are there any questions? They're not. Okay. Well, then that lets me think that maybe of course it's Kendra. Of course, Kendra is our winner of the branded shoes. I think that she must have willed it to herself. Congratulations, Kendra. Yay for Kendra. All right, so if there aren't any more questions, we're going to end right here. Thank you all so much for participating. We hope to see you again in our next. Hopefully we'll get picked up by one of the streaming platforms, and we'll let you know. If you've got any suggestions, please send them in to our team, and talk to you all soon. See ya.